schifo la mia.
Regalo un invito per il pubblico che accorre ad ammirare questo saggio di tecnica insuperabile.
Bello. Sì.
Sincronia perfetta e un carosello di danze e costumi.
Bello.
84 indomite ballerine non professioniste che provano mesi prima di calcare il palcoscenico nel periodo delle feste, cimentandosi in coreografie sempre più complicate. Rinnovata cattedrale dello show business.
Da New York, sarà libertà che cammina.
Del Covid promettono degli incassi. Lo schiaccianoci di Balanchine, anche quest'anno in cartellone al Lincoln Center, per celebrare il sogno del Natale indugiando sulle note di Tchaikovsky.
Le capre e c'ha i gemelli nel gerlo, perché ogni anno facciamo una figura nuova.
Stiamo cercando poi
anche addobbi e curiosità, sempre nel rispetto dell'ambiente. Sono questi gli acquisti profumate da appendere all'albero. Porta a indugiare fra le golosità invernali, e al panettone, dolce simbolo della stagione, verrà presto dedicato un museo.
Il panettone è quello che...
La tradizione lombarda si mescola a ben altri sapori tipici.
Un prodotto di coppia. Busto Sager. Se c'è campagna, per poi cambiare il mondo. Portare alcuni in Francia.
Petrini, presidente e segretario
Dell'acqua, il colossal di James Cameron, con il suo universo fantastico, punta a battere i record cartoon del gatto con gli stivali, e tornano l'orso e la topolina Ernest e Celestine in L'avventura delle sette note.
Anything not so kid-friendly, until this scene appears with the Wicked Witch of the West who was flying in the sky, as Dorothy and her friends looked out from the inside of the Emerald City to see writing on the sky. I was shocked, because it did not say surrender Dorothy, it said F you Dorothy. Then I almost started laughing, because it was funny, but then I said, why is that in a children's movie? Dorothy and her friends walk up to the door to see the wizard and talk to the guard on the door that they want to see him, but after a while the guard tells Dorothy and her friends that the wizard says, go away. Then Dorothy begins to break down into tears. I start to cry. It was very heartbreaking, but what the wizard said was mean. I stopped. The guard let Dorothy and her friends inside to see the wizard, who they told him what they want and why they came. Then the wizard said, then the screen faded to black, and then came one with a loud voice. The music was sounding like it came from a video game playing in the background. This is when things began to mess up. The Wicked Witch of the West was looking over the crystal ball to see Dorothy and her friends in the haunted forest.
Hey, Dad, into the haunted forest and bring me that girl. Hey, Dad, they want you to bomb the scarecrow or a horse to take the tin and spin inside out. No, there's nothing but a burning acid pile on the floor. That's for the rain. Cut him open a little while and make them upside down.
The witch said that sounded like Freddy Krueger. I was like monster. I thought Wizard of Oz was supposed to be for children and everyone to watch, not some crazy horror film. Then the next scene shows the flying monkeys heading towards Dorothy and her friends. Dorothy and Toto begin to run, but everyone else did not get as lucky as Dorothy and Toto were. One of the flying monkeys had a lighter and lit the scarecrow on fire. He was burning alive. As the fire began to spread all over him, his screams and cries for help lasted for 15 seconds, until he was nothing but bones and straw. Two other flying monkeys poured acid on the tin, which he began to melt very fast. As the acid was eating the metal, it lasted for 6 seconds, until he was nothing but a burning acid pile on the floor. The next scene shows the line being hung upside down, as the monkey took a sharp knife and started to cut him open. This scene is the most disgusting part of the flying monkey fight, because the handle never changed at all. The line's organs began to fall, as he was soon having his head ripped off from one of the flying monkeys. The scene lasted for 30 seconds until the screen cuts to Dorothy and Toto trying to run away from the flying monkeys. Dorothy's friends were dead, but Dorothy and Toto were running away from the flying monkeys, until she and Toto were both grabbed by the monkeys. The screen then faded to black and cut to the front of the Wicked Witch's castle. Then it showed the Wicked Witch of the West looking at Toto. She had hungry eyes, as her mouth started to drool.
What was a nice little dog,
she says, as she puts Toto in a basket.
and you, my dear, what an unexpected pleasure. It's so kind of you to see me in my loneliness.
Dorothy was strapped onto a table which we never saw in The Wizard of Oz from 1939.
What are you going to do with my dog? Give him back to me, please.
Certainly, certainly. When you give me those slippers.
The Wicked Witch of the West said, as she transformed into a plant that looked a lot like Audrey II from Little Shop of Horrors from 1986, one of my favorite movies to watch on Halloween. The Wicked Witch of the West said, as she transformed into a plant that looked a lot like Audrey II from Little Shop of Horrors from 1986, one of my favorite movies to watch on Halloween. Dorothy said as the flying monkey took Toto from the basket and gave it to the green plant. She began to eat Toto by biting him with her plant teeth, and Toto was bleeding to death. He soon died at least 15 seconds later after oozing blood from his body. Then the plant ate him whole like a snake eating an animal whole.
That was good, my pretty.
The green plant with blood on her teeth, which they were heard to see. Then the wicked plant of the West walked towards Dorothy, who was crying but also was angry.
You fucking ate Toto. You are such a who slept with the wizard.
Then I was like, since when did the Witch of the West ever had sex with the wizard? Whatever Dorothy said, I end up acting like the Then the wicked plant of the West begins to shout back.
You, my pretty, are my dinner.
She laughs, as she cuts Dorothy open and eats her organs. I felt like I was going to be sick at this point, but after 20 seconds the wicked plant ate Dorothy, until she was nothing but flesh corpse on the table. She was able to get the ruby slippers, as the screen faded to black and cuts to Kansas, where Auntie Em and Uncle Henry walked into Dorothy's room to see blood and cuts all over the room, and they screamed in horror. And all of a sudden, the wicked plant of the West attacks Auntie Em and Uncle Henry and eats them alive. The plant then victoriously laughed, as the screen faded to the ending credits that only said the end, and the wicked plant eventually bursts through the movie screen and presumably eats the viewers, and the screen faded to black and then cuts to static. I ejected the VHS tape, as I was so scared of this horror version of The Wizard of Oz. I stayed up till like 3 in the morning, because I could not sleep, after I watched Dorothy being killed. The next day I went to my Wizard of Oz group on Facebook and messaged everyone in my group of what I saw, and pictures and even a few videos of the footage in private messaging. Since I did not want to post it for everyone on Facebook to see, because Facebook could ban me from the website. Everyone in my Wizard of Oz group was shocked about what I found, so I decided to talk to the
Fai tanta pipì. Ma perché? Ma fa ogni minuto fai la pipì? E pure prima?
Pure prima.
Quello è grave. Ma fai molta pipì? Ti brucia?
Sì.
Sei diabete? C'hai anche prurito?
No.